Game Cardinals, Royals, 8:15 Kansas City. The Cardinals are minus 185, totals 9.5. We saw a 15-cent move toward the Cardinals. No movement on the total as of yet. St. Louis open $1.70 up to 185. Total opening remains at 9.5. We have Jack Flaherty for the Cards, Glenn Sparkman for Kansas City. Sparkman's just 3-7 with a 5.71 ERA and a 1.48 WHIP. Flaherty on the other side for the Cards, 3.72 ERA, 1.13 WHIP. He also has 150 strikeouts in just 128 innings. Now, St. Louis is a half a game ahead of Milwaukee for that second wild card spot in the National League. They're 61-55 overall. They're also 6th in runs allowed. Now, Kansas City on the other side, they have the third fewest wins in the American League. They're just 43-76 overall for the year, 33 games under 500. They've also won just 4 out of their last 16 ball games. They rank 25th in scoring on average per game. And when it comes to the total, the Royals are 10-5 to the over in their last 15, 36-22 to the over at Kauffman Stadium. I'm going to lean St. Louis Cardinals minus 1.5 and the over 9.5 runs in that matchup there. Next game, Diamondbacks, Rockies, 8:40 Colorado. The Rockies are minus $1.25, totals at 12. We did see a 10-cent fade of Colorado and movement downward on the total. The Rockies open $1.35 down to minus 125. Total open 12.5 down to 12 flat. 74% are leaning Rockies, 80% shaded toward the over. Right now, the D-backs are plus $1.15 on the money line. The Rockies are plus $1.40 on the run line. We have Zach Gallen for Arizona, John Gray for the Rockies. John Gray comes into this game with a 4.06 ERA and a 1.39 WHIP. Gallen on the other side for Arizona has a 2.72 ERA, 1.18 WHIP. Arizona's second in the NL West. Now, they're probably not going to catch the Dodgers at this point, but they are 3 games back for that second wild card spot in the National League. They're also 37-26 against the spread away from home. The D-backs are also 9th in scoring on average per game, 9th in runs allowed on average per game. Now, when it comes to the Rockies, they rank dead last. They don't rank. They are dead last in the NL West. 12 games under 500 right now, just 53-65 overall for the year. They've also dropped 5 out of their last 6 ball games. They rank 23rd in striking out on average per game. They're also last in hits allowed at home. Now, total-wise, Colorado's 32-24 to the over at home. Arizona 36-27 to the over when traveling. I'm going to lean toward another road dog. Give me the D-backs plus $1.15 and the over 12 runs in that matchup there. Next game, Oakland, San Francisco, Battle of the Bay, 9:45 Eastern first pitch in San Fran. The Giants are minus 125, totals at 8. We saw a nickel fade of San Fran and movement upward on the total. The Giants open $1.30 down to 125, total open 7.5 up to 8 flat. 51% are leaning Oakland. And at the moment, the Athletics are plus 115 on the money line. The Giants plus $1.70 on the run line. We have Brett Anderson for the A's, Madison Bumgarner for the Giants. Now, Bumgarner's just 7-7 on the year. Meanwhile, on the other side, Brett Anderson's 10-7 on the year for the A's. He comes into this game with a 3.99 ERA. Oakland's just 1.5 games back for that second wildcard spot in the American League. They're 16 games over 500. 67-51 overall for the year. They're also 35-23 against the spread when traveling. They rank 7th in runs allowed on average per game. Now, the Giants on the other side, losers in 5 out of their last 7 at home, taking on the Athletics. They're also just 26-34 covering that run line at home. The Giants rank 27th in scoring on average per game. Now, total-wise, the Giants are 33-27 to the over at home. I'm going to lean A's plus $1.15 and the over 8 runs in that matchup there. Next game, Pirates, Angels, 10:07 Los Angeles. The Angels are minus 160, totals 9.5. We saw a 10-cent fade of Los Angeles and movement upward on the total. The Angels open $1.70 down to 160. Total open 9 up to 9.5. Right now the Pirates are plus 150 on the money line. The Angels plus $1.15 on the run line. We have Trevor Williams for the Pirates, Griffin Canning for the Angels. Canning comes into this game with a 1.20 whip. He's also struck out 86 batters in just 79 innings pitched. Trevor Williams on the other side for Pittsburgh, just 4-5 on the year, 5.06 ERA, 1.34 WHIP. Pittsburgh's won just 4 out of their last 28 ball games. They rank once again, they don't rank. They are dead last in the NL Central. They also rank 26th in runs allowed on average per game. The Angels on the other side, a lot of free passes for them. They rank 9th in offensive walks. They're also 9th in home scoring. They are 37-30 as the favorite. Now, total-wise, Pittsburgh is 62% to the over, taking on teams averaging more than 4.2 runs per contest. Heavy chalk here. I'm going to lean Angels minus 160 in the over. 9.5 runs in that game. And then we are going to slide into our next and final game for the show. It is going to be Rays Padres 10-10 San Diego. The Rays are minus $1.10. Totals at 8. Right now, San Diego is minus 103 on the money line. The Rays are plus $1.55 on the run line. We have Brendan McKay for the Rays, Eric Lauer for the Padres. Lauer's just 6-8 with a 4.51 ERA and a 1.39 WHIP. McKay on the other side, 1.21 WHIP, 33 strikeouts in just 29 innings pitched. Tampa Bay, very good on the road this year, 38-22 when traveling. They're also 6th in road hits, 55-39 as the favorite. They also rank 1st in striking batters out on the road and 1st in runs allowed on the road. Now, the Padres on the other side, they are in 4th place in the NL West, 7 games under 500, at just 55-62 overall for the year. Winners in just 28 out of 59 at home. They rank 22nd in scoring, 28th in home hits. When it comes to the total, the Padres are 61% to the over when the line was 8 to 8.5. So with all that in mind, I'm going to lean Tampa Bay Rays minus $1.10 and the over 8 runs in that game. Let's go ahead and do a quick recap of the show. Once again, we got Tampa Bay minus 110 and the over 8 runs. We also have the Pirates taking on the Angels. I like the Angels minus $1.60 and the over 9.5 in that one. We have the Athletics taking on the Giants. I'm leaning toward the road dog in that one. I like the A's plus $1.15 and the over 8 runs in that matchup. We have the Diamondbacks taking on the Rockies. I'm leaning D-backs plus $1.15 and the over 12 in that game. We have the Cardinals taking on the Royals. I like the Cardinals minus 1.5 and the over 9.5 in that one. We have the Twins taking on the Brewers. I like the Twins as the road dog in this one. Give me Minnesota plus $1.10, winning that one outright for some money line cash. We also have the Mets taking on the Braves. I'm going to lean Braves minus $1.25 in the over 9.5 runs in that game. We have the Red Sox taking on the Indians. Pretty good series there, at least on paper. But I'm going to lean Cleveland minus $1.10, getting the job done at home in the over 8.5 runs in that game. We also have the Dodgers taking on the Marlins in Miami. I'm leaning Dodgers minus 1.5 in the over 8 runs in that game. We also have the Mariners taking on the Tigers. I got Detroit minus 155 in the over 9 runs in that game. We also have the Rangers taking on the Blue Jays in Toronto. I'm leaning Texas minus $1.25 in the under 9.5 in that game. We also have the Cubbies taking on the Phils in Citizens Bank Park. I got the Cubbies minus $1.25 and the under 10 runs in that game. And then we have the Reds taking on the Nationals. I'm leaning Washington minus 110 and the under 10.5 in that matchup there. And then last but certainly not least, I have the Orioles taking on the Yankees. I'm leaning Yankees minus 1.5 and the under 10 runs in that game. Let's go ahead and slide into some shout outs brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. Got to give a shout out to Glow Cap, Straight to the Point, C. Dinger, Mike Wilkerson, Armando Garcia, Crystal Green, Shande Famu, Nanad Markovich, Blown Stallone, who once again, actually that final segment is all for you, Blown Stallone. You've been doing such a good job this year posting those my picks in written form in the comments section that man, I created my own segment for you. That should be the recap brought to you by Blown Stallone. But anyway, got to give a shout out to Blown Stallone, who's making life easier for all of us producing and watching these videos. Shout out to my man Stephen Lewis, good friend of mine. Great to see you, Steve, in the comments section. Also got to give a shout out to another good friend, Ibrahim Al Darby. Great to see you in the comments section as well. Got to give a shout out to Vernon Williard, Stampede Gaming, and last but certainly not least, our guy Chuck Pinter. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/RockPage. That's my website. We're doing daily plays on that site. We're 43-29 in our last 72 plays on Patreon. We're also 11-6 in our last 17 daily best plays, and we are 27-15 in our last 42 underdog plays on that site. Patreon.com/RockPage. There's plenty of different memberships and packages, and they begin at just $1.99 per month. There's also plenty of free content there as well, including my current record. So anyway, check me out, patreon.com/RockPage. The link is in the description section below. But most importantly, I got to thank you for watching this program right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free information, all this great free content. I certainly enjoy getting up very early and producing it for you, or of course, in this case, just got home from work, had some free time. It's Monday night. We got to cap some games for Tuesday, so that's exactly what we did. So anyway, best of luck to you in your picks, in your games. Happy Tuesday. And as always, don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/RockPage.